6 world championships, 2 Olympic silver medals, and ultimately a gold medal. But 2 sisters, twin sisters from Grand Forks, are not slowing down, and I don't know how they do it. Jocelyn and Monique Lamoureux are still playing hockey. They're also now moms, running a foundation, and most recently, as we've been talking about a ton, there's this new book that's out, and I'm so excited to visit with you guys again. Thank you so much for clearing a little time for us here.
Thanks for having us.
The first time I met you, we're going to go way back before we even talk about the book. A good friend, I think, of both of ours, Bernie Berggraf, said, "Lisa, you've got to come over and meet these 2 girls. You were very young at the time. I wasn't even a sports reporter, but he told me your story, and he predicted it, like probably so many other people who watched you grow up on the ice, that you were going to do big, big things." I don't have to talk about where you start outside of the book, because let's talk about the book. You start about being kids. Let's talk about how you decided to start this book and what you think about how it turned out.
We're extremely happy with how the book turned out. Obviously we're not authors, but starting the whole book process and how it all came to fruition was something that it was kind of on the list of a mentor of ours. He really challenged us that he thought that we could really write a book one day, and the fact that, I mean, less than 3 years after that conversation, it's going to come to fruition is pretty amazing. But it's our life story. We talk about the hurdles that we've gone through throughout our lives, not just in hockey, but just from the beginning till current times, and we go through all of that and the lessons that we've learned. And so we really hope that the book is able to inspire not just girls, but boys, people that might have gone through some adversity in their lives. And we just hope to inspire a lot of people, and not just female athletes. And I think it's important to note that we're very proud to be from North Dakota. And so to go from the ponds in North Dakota, the frozen ponds, skating in the winter, to the Olympic stage is something that we're excited to share, what it took, but also hopefully inspire other young North Dakotans to do something great.
I have said this about you too in the past, because you have let me wear one of your silver medals. You let other people hold your gold medal, silver medal. I feel like you feel like this is everybody's, success, and that you didn't make it to the Olympics with those medals and the gold medal alone.
Absolutely. I think when we won our gold medals, like, the first thing you're doing is, after the dog pile, of course, you're looking up into the stands. You see your family, your parents. We had an aunt and uncle there. Our husbands are there, and none of us would be where we're at without the team behind the team, the people that help you get to where you are, whether that's youth coaches, teachers, people that have just might have taught you a big lesson along the way. And so if our medals were just in cases hanging up on a wall or in a safe, that would be, I think, a kind of a wasted way to utilize them. We believe that you can use them to share and inspire people in many different ways, and we hope that our book is able to do that.
I cried a little bit when I first started reading the book, because I just was so moved by young girls playing with the boys, just kind of seeing and hearing the very beginning of your story, and all the credit you give to your mom and dad, how they both were such huge roles in this. Can you talk a little bit about when you were young, and how when your dad was coaching, you guys didn't get any break? You talk about playing with your brothers, who were very strong hockey players, and they didn't give you a break. I say I cried. I feel like you even talked about how it's not that you weren't allowed to cry, but maybe you held those tears back. Can you go back to those days when you were so young, you had no idea that you would be where you are today?
I think we're just very fortunate to have parents that complimented each other the way they did. And one thing that we constantly talk about with our foundation and stories that we talk about in our book is cheer for the one behind. And our mom, she didn't know much about the sports that we played. She probably still doesn't know all the rules in hockey and the penalties and like offsides and icing and all that stuff. But the important thing was that she always told us was she's going to cheer for the one behind. And in the occasions that there was potential for our brothers' teams to compete against each other, or we were competing against each other in individual sports, she just told us from the get-go she was going to cheer for the one behind. And that's ultimately what we've, taken into, our foundation. And that's kind of the motto and what we stand for with the foundation work that we do. And yeah, I mean, we're just fortunate that our mom, led with that. That was the importance that she led with. And our dad just pushed us to always work hard. And so we're just lucky that they've ingrained those things to be the most important part, not just about winning.
In the book, it starts when you were younger. And I love this too. Each section, Jocelyn tells part of the life story, and then Monique, and you kind of go back and forth, and each your own perspective. Very interesting way to write the book. If people are watching and they're saying, well, I mean, I love those two. I love hockey. We are in, Hockey USA here. Yes, the book's for you. But if you don't love hockey or you're not a big sports person, this book is also for you.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about why we started our foundation. I think with our parents, our mom had added the gracefulness and that empathy, and then our dad taught us how to be tough and to have grit and to always work through anything that's put in front of you. And I think having our parents compliment each other like that, I think really set us up to be successful in life. And I think we want to inspire people, not just people that play hockey or might come from like a middle class background. We want to be able to inspire others that might not have the same resources that the average kid might have. And that's really the base of our foundation work, is really trying to cheer for the one behind and giving kids that need just a little bit of a level playing field and an opportunity to succeed, and they'll use that opportunity to succeed. And I think our story, resonates well beyond hockey, and I think a lot of people can relate to it in that way.
I had asked you guys if you might be willing to share or read a little bit. The day I got it, I came on and just kind of opened it and read, one paragraph. Would you mind reading just a little something that is maybe your favorite part of the book?
Ooh, to be honest, we wanna leave the viewers with enough information. Hopefully, we've talked about enough that's exciting that people want to order and hear the rest of our story. But I would say one of the most exciting parts, and I won't read it, but because I don't know the page number. Well, one of the more exciting parts is talking about our Olympic gold, and obviously through the cover you can see that. My son drew on that cover. Yeah, I don't know if you can see on the TV, but that Mickey got a hold of a marker and was drawing on it. But we talk about the gold medal and the gold medal game specifically, and I think that's one of the more exciting parts. I even get jazzed just reading it. Makes me excited to go play.
I agree. Okay, so the book's not available yet, but you can pre-order. We've put some links on our North Dakota Today Facebook page, but why don't you give people the details on to when it is available and how you can get it?
So our published date is February 23rd, but you can pre-order right now on Amazon, or if you get a hold of any bookstore, any local bookstore, you will also be able to pre-order it. Right now, I think there's some glitches with ordering from Canada, but that should all be squared away quite soon. So if you're Canadian, you can also pre-order it from Canada soon enough. So we're really excited about February 23rd and what's to come with their book.
We'll have to have you on again closer to that date as well. And I'm getting the rap in my ear. I was told to ask you about, oops, I did it again. It's in the book. So how about we just stick with that? If you want to know how you came up with that name and the move, you'll have to buy the book as well. Monique, Jocelyn, thank you so much for joining us today. Good luck with the book and everything else you have going on.
Thanks for having us.
We'll be right back here on North Dakota Today.